This episode of Hak5 is brought to you by GoDaddy, Netflix, and Intel's Core i7 processor. Find yours now at mwave.com.
And today on the show, inside the SetCam, Helix and live view forensics tools, creating your own Super Mario World levels with Lunar Magic, tracking log files with Beartail, and Matt's birthday surprise.
Hey guys, I'm here in editing, and I just need to give you a little FYI about the episode. We accidentally chose the wrong audio source when we recorded the show, and rather than taking the audio from our awesome little lapels, we got it from our cameras, so it sounded a little bit echoey. We actually went back and re-recorded the entire show for you, but the first part of the episode we couldn't really re-record, so just bear with it. The first 10 minutes, it does sound a little bit echoey. It's not up to par with your Hak5 standard, but I promise to get better, and thank you guys so much for your understanding. Hello and welcome to Hak5. This is your weekly dose of technolust. We are your gamers, your hackers, your IT ninjas. I'm Darren.
I'm Matt.
Hey guys, I'm Shannon.
And I'm Chris.
We've got an excellent show for you guys, and doing a lot of fun stuff. What are you doing?
I am hurting.
Yeah.
My wisdom tooth is absolutely killing me right now. I'm not taking Vicodin for the show, but I
thought it was birthday. Vicodin land.
I wanted to go to Vicodin land, but I couldn't.
I'm super happy that you stayed sober for the show, because I know that some of us have once lacerated their pinkies and ended up in Vicodin land for the episodes.
Yeah, and I was trying to avoid that at all costs.
Yeah.
So, you know. But beyond that, I've been doing live webcams of the Hack House for you guys. Darren, you came up with the idea of
anything.
You did it.
I said we'd live stream when we shoot the episode, and then we didn't stop.
Yeah, and it kind of evolved into a multi-cam shoot of our entire house.
Downstairs.
Downstairs.
Yeah.
Downstairs. And
now it's fisheye night vision in the bedroom.
Jesus. No. But we have a replica of the wall up that you guys might remember when we had the projector up and everything, so we can actually see viewer feedback. I think we've got about 100 people watching us live right now.
I love it. It's bringing us a lot of energy.
Yeah, so we've got 2 cams shooting both sets. We've got a monitor. We've got a whole bunch of Ustream, Flash Media Encoder, you know.
It's a crazy setup. I mean,
yeah.
You basically told a machine to do things that are unnatural, I believe. And
yeah, I mean, it wouldn't have been so hard if we weren't using the same cam.
Right, we're using 2, just to answer this question that everybody has, we are using 2 Sony DCR HC85 cameras in USB mode to a just a generic Dell P4 running Ustream with some external mics, some wide-angle lenses. And if you go over to hackhouse.com, you can see all the details there. So we've been having it streaming all week. It's been kind of cool. You come home and there's the internet in your living room, and
yeah, they welcome you home. It's
fun.
Yeah,
I like it. It's like having Twitter but in your house. It's better than Twitter.
It's better than Twitter.
It is. Yeah. So join the Hack House.
It's like having 100 roommates.
Yeah, it is like having 100 roommates.
Having
kidding.
company,
Yeah.
whether you like it or not.
Making new friends, Osiris, people like that. Yeah.
So what have you been up to?
Oh man, I've got like so many different projects going on. Let's see, I have actually had to put together a list for this. First of all, I need to give a shout out to Shannon, our friend Bauer Power.
Hell yeah.
Yeah, we met him out in at TorCon, and we were talking about the pineapple, Yasager, and sidejacking the hamster ferret stuff that I did last episode. He actually did his college project on this, his final report. By the way, he got an A, so way to go, man. And you can find his stuff at bauer-power.net. And, you know, I really should have just given him a shout out. It didn't even occur to me, but with all the, you know, you get into the
I bet you talk to him.
Yes. And then, like, you start doing the segment, and it's like, damn it, I feel so bad. I feel really bad. That and Ghost, I feel bad too, because Ghost emailed me, and he's like, dude, you mentioned the Helmer thing. I emailed that, or he said, I mentioned that to you. I'm like, well, I gave credit to Steve P because he emailed me, and I didn't find your IM. So
the key here is if you want credit, email Darren.
That's the only thing I can easily search. I don't know. You know, Darren's not perfect. Far from. Other things that are going on, and related to this, and Bauer mentioned this, was that the SSL thing, okay, so that's another way to protect yourself. We talk about tunneling, but if you're doing your Gmail on HTTPS, you're not going to have to worry about, well, that hack that we showed with the hamster ferret on the pineapple, not going to really do you much good for that. So that would take care of the whole banking thing. Although I have been working with a very awesome guy on Twitter by the name of Postbreak, who's been helping me set up Airbase NG. I know a lot of you have been talking about this with Wi-Fi Zoo. I've been checking out Wi-Fi Zoo since it first came out. The developer emailed me really sweet stuff. Excuse me. Basically allow you to do the same thing as the pineapple with the whole setup I showed you with ferret and hamster, except just on a single machine, and would allow you to, like, with 2 Wi-Fi cards, share out some internet, or with like a cell phone and whatnot. Do the same thing in Linux. I was doing it in Backtrack 3. I'm having a little bit of a problem with DHCPD assigning some IP addresses, so I'm still working on that. But once I get going, basically, you would be able to do it with Wi-Fi Zoo, and then all of a sudden, it doesn't matter if it's HTTPS or not, because it'll do the fake.
Right.
It'll do the fake certificate. I mean, you're still getting noobs they're stupid enough to add exceptions in Firefox or click yes to this bogus certificate in IE or whatever, but you could do that. So that's another thing I'm working on.
Cool.
Yeah.
It is my birthday today.
Yay! Yes, it is.
I am 26 years old.
How old are
and
you?
I am 26.
12?
12.
Oh, 26. I'm sorry.
My mother actually called the house.
Is she watching right now?
Probably. And
Hi, Mom.
And she sang happy birthday to me in front of everybody here as well as everybody on the internet.
Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, dear Matthew. Happy birthday to you.
Yay!
Yeah.
So I got a little flushed. I'm getting a little flushed again.
Oh.
So yeah, 26 years old. Really was like, I cannot believe 26 is here. And you know, that kind. Oh, you son of a bitch.
Oh, is it Matt's birthday? Because
It is Matt's birthday.
we may have. What am I doing? What am I doing?
You open it.
I'm stupid. There's birthday.
You can't open his present. He's got to open his present.
Do I want to open this here?
Yes,
Yeah,
you
go
do.
ahead. Go ahead. It's totally cool. Yeah. Because I mean, dude, 26 is an awesome year. I'm just a few months behind you. And
I got the unicorn.
I also know how much you love unicorns. So it's actually a finger puppet unicorn. Just put 2 in the pink, and you can go ahead and play with your.
Dude.
Yeah.
It's a finger
Awesome.
puppet.
There you go. Now you.
Oh, that is just precious.
Super cute.
My new little friend.
That's
Yes.
amazing.
Yeah. So what's going on with you snubs?
Actually, can I?
Yeah. Okay. I'll come by there and grab it for you.
Oh
Just
no.
pass it to the camera.
There you go.
There's 2 more underneath here. Grab them on the way
Yeah.
back.
Okay. And I'll get those.
What? Now.
What?
Yeah. This is for you.
I don't
Come on, let's keep
It's
it.
all about you today, Matt.
Oh my
It is
god.
your special day.
Come on.
I actually got
got
you
all of
something that you
Amazon
can
in
use.
the box.
Yeah.
Wow, I thought Amazon was bigger than that.
Yeah.
Oh, look at Shannon. Oh, thank you, Shannon.
You're welcome. I
She
knew
got
you
me,
would like
Tape is about to own me here. Gary Vaynerchuk's book. I wanted to go on the wine cruise, but I don't think that's going to happen because we're going to San Francisco. And look, another unicorn.
Not the most beautiful unicorn you've
Well,
ever seen.
remember how we were talking about that one night and you said you like unicorns at dinner, so just thought you wanted a unicorn.
I do like unicorns.
And it
You
looks
look
great.
You look great.
And if you reach underneath there, there's 2 more. I did actually buy you real presents.
See, okay, I come home and there's Christmas wrapping paper. I'm like, okay, we've got Christmas presents.
Okay, how
on
do you find any other wrapping paper this time of year? It's all Christmas wrapping paper.
Yeah, you can't buy any normal wrapping paper.
Son of a bitch!
There's another one.
I have my little pony.
Unicorn. A unicorn, my little.
Unicorn. Tell me this is not a motherfucking unicorn. Christ! You know what? God damn all of you guys. Paul's the only cool one because he did not give me a damn unicorn.
No, you have more coming tomorrow that are not unicorns. Trust me.
Oh, shit.
And later on at the end of the show, I'll give you the unicorn castle so that you can play with them in the little pretty princess land.
All right.
Yes.
I'm good.
This
You
episode.
know what?
Thank you guys.
You
Thank
know
you
what?
all.
No problem.
Welcome.
Happy birthday, man.
man.
Thank you guys.
Drop that for you.
Damn it, now I'm getting red again. Let's get this show on the road, show. Do you have anything else?
I've got some other. I'll talk about this at the end of the show. 'Cause
All right.
you know what? We'll put the missiles up against the unicorns and see what kind of evil stuff we can do.
Sons of bitches. All right.
That probably sounds horrible on the mic.
Are we done?
Okay, we're done.
Can I go in shame now?
Yes, you can go in shame, and
Aw.
let's go ahead and kick it over to Shannon and see what's going on with this week's LAN party.
Are you ready to play some games?
I am ready to play some games. What are we playing?
Get prepared, because we're going to play Unreal Tournament Classic, the 99 style.
I love that game.
We're playing it this weekend on Saturday, November 29th.
Okay.
And I've invited a bunch of my friends to it on Facebook, on the group. So get prepared, because I kind of heard Darren's pretty good at this
Stop
game.
doing that, man. You're making me
He always tells us that.
now I can't.
You opened this can of worms by asking people who wanted to get dominated.
All right, well, if
Exactly.
you really do want to get dominated, sign up in the forums in the gaming section.
I
We'll
am
see
getting you prepared for this.
Mhm.
You have to
Start
be
practicing.
prepared.
Start practicing.
Because you keep saying you're so good. You're so good. I don't know.
And he's speechless.
And he's speechless.
Yeah.
Go for
So
it.
yeah, join us for the
Anyway.
LAN party.
Yes, join us at game.hak5.org. And I also wanted to thank our sponsor, Netflix. Netflix, thank you so much for sponsoring us this episode. With Netflix, you can rent over 90,000 titles online, including lots of Blu-ray titles, with free shipping both ways to your home and back. They now have over 40 shipping centers, so almost all deliveries happen in one business day. The Netflix plans start at $4.99, and as a new member, you can get a no-risk 2-week free trial membership. Check it out at www.netflix.com/hak5, and please don't forget the www. Next up, we have Chris and Darren talking about, what is it?
Live View and Helix.
Live View and Helix, but first we're going to take a break.
So Chris, you were telling me earlier about some tools that you could use to actually take a bit-for-bit image of a computer if you were doing like forensics and be able to play with it.
Yeah,
Not in the
interact with it
traditional
as
sense?
if you're the actual suspect.
Okay, so what is this? So we're talking about forensics. We're talking about we're going to like a client site here. Somebody was up to no good, and now we need to take a copy, a pristine copy of their computer's hard drive, and put it in evidence bag and say this was never touched, but we also need to go and look for evidence.
Exactly.
So what's the deal? What
All
do we
right.
do?
So with normal forensics, you take a DD image of a hard drive. You get there and
and DD is just a tool that's going to do like a bit-for-bit
yep,
copy
just does
of
a
the hard
bit-for-bit
drive.
copy of whatever you tell it to. It can do RAM, hard drives, partitions.
Okay.
Typically we just do the whole hard drive. So one of the tools that we like to use is Helix.
Okay.
And what we're going to do here is in Helix. We have this live acquisition thing, and this is just easier to show off here. Normally you would have the computer powered off, if you can.
Okay, so the best way to do this would be to shut the computer down, take the hard drive out of the machine physically, and pop it in another special computer, and just suck everything down.
Exactly.
So let's just say in this case, what if
Like
that
if some
computer were,
exchange server
yeah,
or
if it
something.
were an exchange server and you were the feds and you were like, we're doing an investigation on one of your users. I'm a Fortune 100 company. You're telling me you want to take my exchange server down
We
for like what, 24 hours? No, thank you, sir.
Yeah.
I've got business to do.
Yep.
So what is this
All
live
right.
acquisition?
So it's obviously not the most forensically sound. It's probably good enough. There's been it's probably going to get you by.
Okay.
But anyway, so live acquisition, we can just select our physical drive. And I already actually did this, so I won't pain this. I won't put you guys
Right.
through the whole watching the the meter go up. But
Progress bars next on Hak5. Stay
So
tuned.
when I actually hit acquire, a little pop-up will come up, and actually, if it doesn't freeze on me.
Right, that's fine. So what this does is it while the computer is running takes a bit for there you
There
go.
it is.
There
Yeah.
you
So
go.
we're about to
There's-
run this. All this it just passes a command. It's just command
and
line.
you can see
DD.
this command. It's just
Yep.
a DD command and saying here's the source and
Mm-hmm.
here's the destination. So in this case, the source while the computer is running, mind
While
you,
it's running.
is itself, and then it's
I'm
going
writing to the laptop.
Try to
I'm-
take this out and write it to a location on the network.
Yeah, you wouldn't write it to itself.
Well, you couldn't. It's like
Yeah.
eating your own tail. You just-
Exactly.
yeah.
You
so,
can't do it.
so we're gonna write that out to the network.
So we're gonna hit no
So
here.
don't do that now because it would take forever.
So I already made the image.
Ah, the turkey's already been cooked.
It has already been cooked, and I opened LiveView, which I had already installed.
All right.
LiveView will download VMware Server and the VMware the mount disk utility
Mm-hmm.
for you and install it for you. I have Workstation, so
Okay, wait. Helix, you talked to me about before. It's a distribution. It's just
has
a
lots of
package.
different tools.
It's a package for forensics. What is LiveView?
LiveView is written by Carnegie Mellon CERT.
Okay.
They wrote this actually for like law enforcement, and this is just an open source version from I think it's from 2007.
Okay.
And what it allows you to do is you can take that DD file.
Right, because we did that bit for bit image.
We did
now.
the bit image, and normally that DD file, you give it to a forensics guy. He opens it in Encase, and he just
Right, and
statically looks at the files.
Right, we start looking at all sorts of properties and files and whatnot.
hidden
Yeah.
porn or whatever.
Sure, of course. Well,
that's
we're
pretty much what they
looking
look for.
Oh yeah, that's forensics for you.
Yeah.
So this takes that image and what kind of special magic we doing with it?
We are actually it generates a VMX config file for VMware, and
Okay.
what that allows you to do is it will take that DD image, and you're not writing to it.
Okay.
It's opening
it's
it
still
in
forensically
read-only
sound.
mode. Yep.
Yep.
And obviously you would do this with a copy of the file. You wouldn't do the original. But and it generates a configuration files and allows VMware to open it.
Okay.
And that allows you, of course, to interact with that image as if you were booting it up and you're the
Yeah, go ahead and show me. So,
So-
we've got the DD image open. We've given it
scroll
a output location and there we go. So
That's
we
fine.
were able
it
to.
gives me errors. It's just normal.
I understand because I mean your source was a VM, not a
But
physical machine.
it did go correctly. It's actually written. So now I
So
can
let's take a look.
minimize this. And if I go into, let me get out of this really quick and actually do a quick switch. That's the easiest way to do this. So I'm going to open this existing VM, and it's right
And that's
here.
the file that it created.
That's it right there. That's the
image.dd.
VMX file. Yep.
And there we go. We've got a virtual
So
server,
I've-
just like we
yep,
regularly
virtual
would.
machine.
Okay.
Oh, and I have to actually tell it that it's Windows. That's the only bad part about this is you have to actually go in and say, hey, I'm Microsoft Windows.
Okay, because the DD image doesn't know that that's
doesn't
the case.
know.
All right. So we start it up,
And now it should come right up.
and let's see.
Windows, there we go.
There we go. Okay.
Yeah.
So now we've taken a bit for bit image of the entire hard drive,
Yep.
as it were, and rather than looking at it from like the outside in, we're able to convert it using the live view into a VMware image, boot
And
up,
this
and
is-
now you can play with it just like the suspect was. On
This
that
is
computer.
great for like initial incident response. Yeah, we don't want this. This is great for initial incident response because a lot of times you'll have a team, and maybe one guy on the team does the actual Encase forensic analysis
Yeah.
with the really in-depth stuff. Maybe you want to actually boot this up, look around in there, try to maybe go into Task Manager and figure out some initial, so that you could say, hey man, check this.
Because you would have the system in the state that it was, when you.
So the viruses are going to
came
be
in
all
and-
there doing their thing.
Yeah.
Everything that was wrong is
All the-
still going to be there.
Yeah. and like you can even do the same thing with RAM. So if we had
Exactly.
some keys in RAM, if we had some chat logs, stuff, all crazy, all your forensic stuff.
So this just provides you a quick way to say, hey man, check this out. You might want to look for this executable somewhere in your and then they do their sound analysis, Control Alt Insert.
Yeah.
And then boot it right up, and you'll see a desktop, and it should be the same exact.
There
it
we
is.
go. It's the same exact machine that we just did a DD on.
Yep.
Great, and then we can explore it as the quote-unquote suspect was.
Absolutely.
Awesome.
Yep.
So you have a write-up on
I will.
LiveView. Now there's a other version that I take it we can't have.
Yeah, the most current version is law enforcement has that, and that has some extra goodies that gets you into Windows and machines and things like that without
Just
having
like-
to authenticate. It's
Oh, the backdoor stuff that only the
Yeah.
FBI can have.
pretty much. So I mean, then that's kind of understandable, I guess.
Sure.
You know.
We'll see how long that lasts. All right, cool. And you've got a write-up on these tools in your blog at chrisgirling.
ChrisGirling.com.
Awesome. Well, let's go ahead and head over to Shannon and see what's going with this week's trivia.
Last week's trivia was, what German aircraft was so large that it required passengers to move to either side of the fuselage in order to make turns? And that was correctly answered by Mike S. in the Hak5 forums. And Mike, congrats. We're gonna send you a WYSIWYG comic. It's volume 1. And actually volume 2 just came out.
Yeah, we actually just opened it. We're going to go over that with Darren here at the end of the show. But yeah, I read the first one. It was pretty awesome.
Yeah, so I'm pretty excited about Volume 2 myself. And let me tell you about this week's trivia. Based on a narrow stream of atomic clusters of liquid mercury or tungsten, accelerated by high voltage, what device was invented by Nikola Tesla in the 1930s and allegedly stolen by the Russians thereafter? And if you're the first person to answer this right in the Hak5 forums, we'll send you a dual-core CD. It's Lost Reality. And I gotta say, my favorite song on here is the Girlfriend song.
Why does that not surprise me?
I know. What can I say?
We met 88 at 80 at
I'm sorry.
and actually used the dual-core songs at the TourCon episode, so you guys might remember from there. Wanted to mention that GoDaddy is our sponsor for this week's trivia. Don't forget the GoDaddy.com holiday shopping spree. Between now and December 15th, every purchase of $50 or more automatically qualifies you for a chance to win a $1,000 cash prize. Visit GoDaddy.com today and use the code HAK4 for 15% off your $75 order or more. And if you want to make an impact online, GoDaddy.com has what you need. .com domain names as low as $199 plus world-class hosting, fast and easy website builders, and much more. Get your piece of the internet at GoDaddy.com. And
right after this, we're gonna take a break, and then I'm gonna tell you about how to edit your own Super Mario level.
dope.
I know.
So Shannon,
So Matt,
I love playing video games.
good.
Now, I must confess I'm not exactly the world's greatest Mario player,
Yeah, I know.
but you made it a little too easy for me here.
I'm sorry. Yeah, there's no enemies right now.
I got nothing that could kill me, but
Oh, you do suck.
thank you.
I'm sorry.
Yeah.
Well, okay.
Self-admitted noob.
Let's fix that.
Okay.
See, I found this program online by Fusoya called the Super Mario World Editor.
Okay.
And well, it's actually called Lunar Magic, and it is a Super Mario World editor for you to play on your downloaded, completely legal ROM,
Of course.
your emulator, so that you can play Super Mario on your computer.
Because we would never do anything illegal.
No. And this program is completely free. You can download it off of Fusoya's website, which I'll put in my blog.
Okay.
And then you can play it in any ROM of your choice, pretty much.
So basically, it's an editor, level editor, or what are we doing with it?
Yeah. It's basically a level editor where you can you can edit everything from the terrain to enemies, which is with this little guy right here.
Okay, so while I'm not that good, I do still like a challenge here and there. So can we put some enemies in?
All right, I think I can do that for you.
Okay.
Okay, I just clicked on this little button with the Yoshi right there.
Okay.
And let's see, who do you like? Let's see.
I
You
like blue
red?
Koopas.
You like blue? Okay.
Blue.
We're gonna put in some blue Koopas.
Okay.
So I just clicked on that right there. Then I'm just gonna add them in by doing a right click. Let's see, how many can I put in here? Is that
Okay.
enough?
Let's not get crazy. here.
Okay, I won't get too crazy with you. Let's see, I'll just add a few more right over here. Move that guy up right there.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
Okay.
Let's see, what else can I add in here? How about I click on the little box and add in some coins.
Ooh, I like coins.
I like coins too. So let's see, I'll put them right there and right there.
All right.
Look good?
Yes.
Okay, cool. So I've changed around the editor a little bit.
So now how
I'll
can
close
I play
these
this?
windows. Well, it's pretty simple. I just go to save level to ROM.
Oh, okay.
Right there. Press OK, and press OK again.
So I should probably make a copy of my ROM before I save
Yes.
it in case I foobar.
Yeah, that's probably a good idea. We don't
Okay.
want any foo bars, do we?
No. Now, what if, legally we can't redistribute a ROM?
No, you can't. But you can redistribute your edited levels.
Okay.
That's completely fine. It's really easy to do so. You just go to File, go to Save Level to File,
Okay.
and then you can distribute your file.
So the file is the changes that we've actually made to the level, not
Yes.
the level itself.
No.
So people need their ROM.
Yes, they need
Okay.
their own ROM, and they also need to download Lunar Magic themselves if they want to do some editing in that level that you created.
Gotcha.
And then they can play that level on their ROM.
All right. So let's see how bad I really am at a game.
Okay, well,
With
I need to
Some challenge.
close this ROM and reopen it
Okay.
so that my changes will take place.
All right.
So I'm going to reopen my demo, open ROM,
Okay.
and then it'll start just like you're familiar with way back in the day as a child.
Yeah. Back to the good old days of 16-bit.
Aw.
Awesome. Okay, so we're going to go down here to my level,
Yes,
or your level, I should
to the
say.
left one.
To the
Right.
left one. Oh my goodness. I'm only a little Mario. Oh,
Yay!
what's up?
Good job. And look, there are my coins.
Some coins. Oh, more Koopas.
You're doing a lot better than last time. Good job.
I told you I don't suck.
Oh, okay, yeah, you do.
This game.
Be careful, dude. That's not mine.
Sorry.
God.
Tough shit.
That's Paul's, dude.
I don't care. I hate Super Mario.
Paul, is that okay?
Yes.
All right, fine.
Silence.
Oh well. All right, so we've shown how to create our own levels, edit levels,
Yep.
save ROMs.
Oh yeah, and I wanted to show you the level that I was working on for a while. See, I did have a problem because if you have way too many sprites, way too many separate things like coins and enemies, your ROM will freeze. So you can only put about like 83 or so sprites into your level.
There's like 83 coins here.
Yeah, I know. See, I had like 400 sprites when I started my level.
Did your ROM blow up?
Yeah.
Nice.
So I got it down to 200, and I'm still working on how to make it down to 83. And I really don't want to delete my cool little Hak5
Well, we can
coin.
we can replicate this
Yeah, we could. So,
somehow.
we'll figure that
We'll
out.
figure it out. We'll post our changes to this level on the Hak5 forums, and we encourage you guys to make your own levels and share
your
with
levels
us.
with us.
Yeah.
So I definitely want to check those out.
All right.
Thank
Well,
you, Matt.
Thank you, Shannon, for showing me how much I suck at Super Mario World.
And I'm going to play some Super Mario and own your ass.
Too bad it's not a multiplayer game.
Ooh, multiplayer. That'd be awesome. Sweet. We'll see you guys after this break.
What's up, D-Money?
Badass cool with that bandolier there, I gotta say.
That's how I roll. Thank you very much for the. You know, girlied me out on the ponies, and
But now you have a hammer, so you can beat me in with it.
don't tempt me.
Oh.
So, speaking of tools, what I'm going to show you guys today is something. No. Tools.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. What I'm going to show you guys today is something that needs to be in everybody's sysadmin kit. For Linux users, they've been using tail for years now. Let's face it, it's built in.
Okay, and for those that aren't familiar with the Linux tail command, basically what it does is you get a log file, it's writing, it's doing stuff like log files do, and you get to just see what those latest updates are, rather than just like hitting cat
just keeps
and then doing cat
Up
again.
and up and up and up.
Yeah.
What I'm going to show you is bare tail.
That's for Windows?
Windows.
Now, Matt, would this be a program that makes your Windows systems administration life a little bit easier?
It would indeed.
Geez, Matt, what do you do for a living?
I might be a systems admin.
Okay.
I might be.
Let's keep it on the DL. Don't want to scare people. All right, so what does Beartail do?
Basically, bare tail is tail in Linux on crack.
Sweet. I like,
Meth.
don't like crack, but you know, I like programs on crack.
Whatever.
Let's check it out.
So what we're going to do is we're actually going to issue a command that will start writing a ping to a log file.
Okay.
Great. Cool. And what we can actually do is open up Beartail. We're going to select run. And we're going to see right here that it is now tailing
Great.
the file.
Sweet.
So what we're going to do is we have a predetermined one here before. But the nice thing is once this actually scrolls all the way down, you can actually scroll up without it springboarding.
Oh, but it's not going to like jump back down. I hate that. I hate that. Wireshark kind of does that in a weird way.
Exactly.
Sometimes.
So what we're going to do is we're going to turn my airport off.
Okay.
And we're going to start seeing request timeouts. Now, the great thing about
that's fine.
Forgot to delete it. But you can actually go in and specify highlighting for request timed out. Now, if we wanted to,
we could add a hardware error one.
We could add hardware error, and hardware error, even though it's probably not supposed to be. Oh shit! We're going to add hardware error.
Okay.
And you can now see that it is
anything with hardware error is going to be green.
Right.
So now we can find the lady proverbial in the red dress while we're looking at these log files. This sounds kind of similar to what we've talked about with Chris about Wireshark, and it sounds perfect for something like if you're watching, I don't know, like snort logs. I mean, this is the
snort logs, SQL logs, exchange logs.
Because there's a lot of BS that you really don't care about. You just want to know what's really going on.
But now we can highlight errors, warnings, all that happy stuff that really makes your life a living hell, and not have to sift through all the same looking text. Anytime we see an error or warning,
Matt,
it'll highlight us.
Again, taking the hell out of IT. I love it. Sweet. Now we have some of your IT questions coming up, but before that, you're going to tell me about some awesome, fun CPU stuff?
Yeah, the i7 processor from Intel has just launched. I can't wait to get my hands on one. Don't have the cash to do it right now, but if you want to save some money on your i7 purchase, you guys can head on over to mwave.com, use the coupon code Hak5, and you get $10 off. The nice thing about the i7 is hyper-threading is back.
Whoa, like the P4?
Like the P4.
Okay, wait.
Trust me, it's a little crazy.
Hang on, the i7 is a quad-core processor.
Yes.
We already have quad-core processors.
Right, but these processors are up to 20% faster than your current Extreme Edition. We've got quick path memory controller on board, so there's no more front-side bus.
Whoa, dude. Yep. Didn't AMD do that like years ago?
Well, you know what? Sometimes you got to play a little catch up.
I hear you.
But the other great thing is gobs of memory now.
Nice. I love memory.
The more memory that you can throw at it, the better, obviously. However, you guys are going to need a new motherboard. So head on over to mwave.com and use the coupon code Hak5, and you guys can get your Intel i7 core on.
I've purchased from MWave before. In fact, Wes, when he built his first computer, built it at MWave. And the cool thing that they do is when you're going to go ahead and, say you're building, obviously, a new motherboard, you get that processor. And you're like, I want 6 gigs of RAM now. And you grab some of that, maybe a new video card. They assemble it in the box for you. So when you open the motherboard box, hey, look, here's your processor with the heatsink and your RAM all mounted.
There's no worrying about bending pins or anything like that. Just throw it in.
Especially back when he built his first computer, it was like an AMD-based system. That's back when you had to get the flathead screwdriver and you push it down on the motherboard, but hope you don't crack the motherboard because you're like, please go
miss, and then slice a lead.
He did that once. He actually pulled right off a capacitor off the motherboard.
Nice job.
Screwdriver. Yeah, well, he's Wes. So, that sounded horrible.
That did.
Okay, I hear we have a question. Save us, Shannon.
Yes, we do. This week we have a question from Evan. Hi, Evan. This may sound noob, but if you didn't see already, Gmail now has a setting to always use HTTPS. Do you think that would really help protect anything, such as a pineapple sniffing packets?
Okay. Well, first of all, Evan, you're not a noob. In fact, you own noobs, and so does everybody else with one of those glorious pineapples. But when it comes to SSL, when it comes to
HTTPS.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
Okay. The demo that we showed last week with the pineapple and the hamster and the ferret is totally not going to do you much when somebody's surfing on HTTPS. So yes, I definitely recommend checking out that option in Gmail to say always go to HTTPS. In fact, that should just be a best practice. And I know we've drilled into your heads for the last 4 years, but we talked about banking sites. You're not going to get into a banking site with hamster and ferret because everybody uses HTTPS. Unless, of course, and recently I've been doing some experimentation, which we all did in college, with Airbase NG and a fun program called Wi-Fi Zoo. I'm going to do a more extensive segment about this in a couple of weeks. I've been working with Postbreak on Twitter. I'm having a little bit of an issue here with the DHCPD assigning IP addresses, which I hear are important for clients trying to own.
Sometimes.
But basically what it allows you to do is just like Hamster and Ferret, except, oh hey, that whole SSL thing, yeah, we'll just kind of, send a fake certificate for you. And if you're dumb enough to click yes, oh, I'm going to my bank site. Oh, the SSL certificate is invalid. Oh, well, their IT department probably got lazy and forgot to go to GoDaddy and get a new SSL certificate.
So basically, don't be a moron browsing HTTPS sites.
Yes. And tunnel, and we will talk about that more extensively in a couple weeks because we got a big project on that.
Yeah.
So, that I hope answers your questions. If you guys have questions, feedback at hak5.org. Put the geeks on it.
Yep. And a couple things to wrap up the show.
Mm-hmm.
We mentioned during trivia that Ed has a brand new book.
Yes, if you guys have read Ed Piskor's awesome graphic novel Freak, you will be happy to know that Volume 2 just came out. I just got this in the mail like today. It's Volume 2 Hacker, and of course I'm totally stoked because on like page 11 there I am. That's awesome.
Wow, aren't you just
special? I know, I'm like, dude, I feel special. This is the second comic I've ever been in. And I know.
Second.
And anyway, if you guys have read the first one, and if not, you're totally missing out because this is like the history. The first volume is Freak, and it's like totally the history of Freak, which is near and dear to my heart because I grew up with a red box and a soldering iron and a beige box, and it was awesome. And this one is on hacking. I can't wait to read it. It's got an awesome front cover here that's like the 5 1/4. Hell yeah. So even if you're just interested in hacker culture, check it out because a lot of this is just the history. I mean, you flip to the back here, and there's this page that has like all the references of where, okay, so that's from Frack, that's from Off the Hook, that one's from Freedom Downtime, 2600 Magazine, The Broken, whatever. So yes, I definitely recommend you checking that out. edpiskor.com. He's hooked us up, gave us a volume discount so we can bring you guys their comics books for the trivia questions, and I hope you guys appreciate that because we like have some. I mean, we got like nerdcore. This is nerdcore to me. This is hack culture. I love it.
So,
wasn't there something else? Oh yes, talking about swag. I don't know if we mentioned this at the top or the back or the front or in the first version of the show that we taped or the second version of the show that we taped. There was a hullabaloo. Is that the correct word for it? On the giveaway. You want to talk about that real quick?
A hullabaloo on the giveaway.
Yes. See, we had this raffle for some Hak5 swag. Ah, yes, it was awesome. It was for members of the United States, except for New York and Florida, and we were going to give them a Hak5 T-shirt and autographed copy of Superman issue 648 and some
all kind of goodies that
shot glasses, T-shirts, whatever.
Yes.
Yes. Well, turns out there's more people outside the continental United States. In fact, the Florida and the New York people would love some love too. So,
that watch the show and want some goodies.
Yes. So if you want goodies, all you have to do is email goodies@hak5.org. That's it to enter. And we will pick at random next week and announce the winner on the show because we are awesome like that. We're just going to email you back. Just email us, tell us you love the show, tell us you watch it in your boxers eating Jello on your 46-inch LCD, and that's badass cool. We encourage it.
I have Jello.
You do have Jello.
I know.
Way to go.
Exactly.
All right, sweet. So yes, stuff. It's cool.
Yeah.
I like it.
Is there anything else we need to wrap up before we get the
I
F
have.
out of here?
You may have noticed that there's a missile launcher on the set here, and that is, in fact, it's not even just a missile launcher. It's got a laser light that I can use to totally do like
laser
Cylon
beams, man.
stuff.
Freaking
Yes.
lasers.
Well, I'm working with a couple of people on Twitter to get this. I actually had a couple of people help me, namely Osiris and Jeff Layton on Twitter helped me port the API that came with this dude, the Windows thing, into like a command program that I can like interface with PHP. Have massive problems with Windows. Eventually just gave up on Windows. I'm going to take this to the Linux world. I'm going to show you guys in a week or so how to put this together using Python, PHP, some happy open source stuff so that you can web enable your USB missile launcher, and then we can slap a webcam on it. You go over to hackhouse.com. You can already watch the live streaming of our house.
So you can piss off Kirby.
Exactly. That's the whole point of all of these mods. I'm working on some like RC car craziness. I'm working on these so that basically we can piss off my cat. And if you can find a way to integrate technology with the internet so you can piss off your cat, why not? So look forward to that next time. And if you want to help me out with that project, hit me up on Twitter. You all right?
I'm good.
Okay. Can we wrap this up?
Are we done?
We are done for the second time.
All right, guys. Well, thanks for tuning in this week. And if you have any questions, remember feedback at hak5.org. I want to thank JJ Heavy Pants for Pedo Bear wallpapers. If you want your own wallpaper on the show, head on over to forums.hak5.org and head on over to the community images section. Until next time, we will check you guys later and reminding you to trust your technolist. See ya.
Woo! Cylon!
Happy birthday.